Yo, what is going on, everybody? Happy New Year to everybody around the globe. Happy 2026. Praying that 2026 is going to be an amazing year for everybody. I'm excited to see what this year actually has to offer for everybody, and I hope everyone gets their resolutions figured out, and I hope everybody has a great year because I really want everyone to have a great year. We're trying to make 2026 a new 2016. I don't know exactly how that's going to happen, but I really hope it does because everybody's really excited for it. But let's see what the year has to offer. My resolutions are already set, and I plan on being more consistent with the podcast. And I'm very excited to see what it has to offer. But anyways, you guys, we're gonna get into today's video. The most unexpected standings. I didn't do a prediction with my own standings this year. I did it last year. I never got to do it this year, but I really want to share the most unexpected standings this year because it's been really weird. The East and the West, it's been pretty weird this year. So let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about their struggles, bad moves, and everything. So let's go into today's episode, y'all. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing.
So we're gonna start with the Eastern Conference first. So there's been a lot of crazy things with the Eastern Conference, but definitely the most unexpected one I have to say is the Detroit Pistons. Right now they're 25-8. They're the first seed in the Eastern Conference, and they've been doing pretty good. I know in the past I've been making a lot of I would say making fun of Detroit because they've been like the bottom seed for years. Like even with Cade Cunningham on the team, they had to do a lot of rebuilding and to be able to get to the spot where they are now. And I'm really happy that Detroit's been able to do that this year. But right now they're 25-8. Cade Cunningham has been having a great year. He's been averaging 26, 27 points. And it's really great to see him evolve as a starter because we've seen him before. He wasn't really talked about too much because, he's been on a bad team. Like, he's been like the Keontae George of the past, which, I feel like Keontae George has been a very underrated player this year. But, Cade has been doing a really great job and he's been evolving. And also another reason why Detroit's been doing good is that they're also number 2 in defensive ratings. Because, that's what Detroit's also known for. They've been known that since like the 80s, like, with the bad boy Pistons, like they love their defense. And right now they're number 2 in the defensive ratings. And with Asar Thompson and Tom Holland on the perimeter, that defense is stiff. It's been great. So they know how to move everything on the perimeter because the perimeter is like the best spot to shoot from. So they understand the assignment of trying to get guys out of the perimeter spot and to make them uncomfortable in their spot. And also, not to mention, Jalen Duren, he's been blossoming into a star. He's been averaging 18.1 points per game. So he's also been having a really great year. So Detroit's been having a really great time this year. They're having fun. And it's definitely going to be a battle of the East and see if they could be able to make the finals. They definitely got to get past the Knicks, and they got to get past a lot of other guys, too. I think the Knicks are going to be most likely their main culprit. Because, they beat them last year, and they want to, and, the Knicks want to beat them again this year. So definitely it's going to be tough because of their defense. So they definitely got to be careful for that. But yeah, Detroit, very unexpected this year. And let's go to the second team. And I'm actually a little disappointed. Even though they're still in the playoff run, it's still very disappointing this year. That's the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're currently the 8th seed, and they currently hold a record that's 19-16. Now, I'm actually really shocked. And I feel so bad for Donovan Mitchell because he's been like through this like throughout his entire career. Like he's been trying to make it to the finals and like his career has been a second rounder every single year. And he's been having a hard time making it to the conference finals, sometimes first round, second round. Like he's having a hard time. And with this year, the Cavs are not doing that good. And it's crazy because last year they were shooting ridiculous. Like they were like the OKC of the Eastern Conference. But their shooting fluctuated this year. Like especially their 3-point percentage. Right now it's 35%. That's nowhere near close to last year. And another reason why they're also struggling is Evan Mobley and Allen and Josh Allen, I should say. They haven't been playing aggressive at all. Critics are saying that they're very soft. They're not playing aggressive enough. Despite, Mobley's been averaging 19 points per game. Josh Allen's been averaging 13 points per game. And, that's good and all, but, like, you got to play more aggressive. If you guys aren't playing aggressive enough at all, then we can't expect the Cavaliers to make it far. Because defense is going to have to play a factor. You both are the biggest guys on the team. You got to be able to block shots. You got to be able to send shots to the bleachers. You got to be able to score inside, be aggressive inside. You can't be too soft inside. If you're too soft inside, then you're not going to go anywhere. So that's definitely a really big issue for Cleveland right now. That's one reason why they're the 8th seed. Donovan Mitchell's been playing his behind off. And, I can tell he's getting tired, sick and tired of losing. Losing this every single game. And, he's getting really tired of it. You don't want to lose Donovan Mitchell in a trade. If you lose Donovan Mitchell in a trade, it's going to be all over with. Because he's right now the best guy on your team. And you're lucky to get him out of Utah. So don't make him feel like his career is a wasteland in Cleveland and get him traded. Or request a trade at all. So you definitely want to keep Donovan Mitchell where he is. And you got to keep playing to your best. Right now, this isn't the best that Cleveland's playing. Another reason why they're struggling, Darius Garland. I know he's been having a great year, but he's getting injured too much. And it's ridiculous. He's getting injured way too much. He already missed 16 games already. So, Darius Garland has to stay on the floor and has to stay healthy. And if that happens during playoff time, then you guys are definitely going to be screwed. Because Darius Garland's a great player. He needs to stay on the floor. Another reason, we have coaching issues. Kenny Atkinson, his ability to play with the Cavaliers is not being great. And there's already rumors and talks. And I know these are just rumors, but this has to be addressed. Donovan Mitchell wants Johnny Bryant to take over the team rather than Kenny Atkinson. So that's just his opinion, but the entire team has to agree to that. So if Atkinson can't, be able to coach the core group, then there's no reason for him to be coach. So there definitely could be a little bit of firing of coaches here. But, hey, Atkinson, you're not the only coach here. There's actually a couple more coaches down in this list that I'm going to mention later in the video that's also on the brink of getting fired. But anyways, that's the Cleveland Cavaliers. So hopefully they can clean the act up. Because, for them to fluctuate their shooting this year, ridiculous. Next team, a team that's been hooping as of lately, the Toronto Raptors. It's crazy to see that the Raptors are doing as good as they are. I didn't think they would do that good this year. I really thought they were going to be mid this year. Right now, they're the 4th seed, 20-15. Right now, they're under the Boston Celtics, which I'm kind of surprised the Boston Celtics are doing that great too. But they've been doing great this year, the Raptors. Brandon Ingram, he's been hooping. He's been having the most fun. The notorious BI3, he's been having fun this year. 22.1 points per game. He's been having the best of his career. Scotty Barnes, he's also been having a spark in his career too. He's been evolving. He's all NBA. He's going to be all-star this year, hopefully. All-star game's in about another month from now. So hopefully we see a lot of guys. And I know they're trying to switch some stuff for the all-star game. I want to have a competitive all-star game this year. But that's for another video, okay? But also, great wings. They have great wings on wings. RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Cookie. RJ Barrett's been averaging 18.8 points per game. He's also behind Kyler Murray Boyles, who's been a great rookie. He's been doing his thing this year. And even their bench, their bench has been playing a great factor. Mamu, who's been being great this year, Grady Dick, Jamal Sheed, they've all been sparking. So to have a better bench than before is great work. Because last year, it was mid last year. The Raptors were this close. We obviously had the play-in tournament, which is obviously a factor in the NBA now. But now they're showing hey, we're going to be championship contenders hopefully this year. And obviously you need to get past you got to get past Boston, you got to get past the Magic, the Sixers who've also been doing okay, Detroit, the Knicks. Hopefully those two teams who are definitely going to be playing a factor. Out of everything, the Eastern Conference this year is definitely looking crazy this year. It's looking very crazy. But anyways, that's all I have for the Eastern Conference. Let's get into the West. The Western Conference, obviously one of the biggest conferences, the Wild Wild West, big conference. And let's start with the first, kind of very disappointing this year. The Los Angeles Clippers, 11-21? It's ridiculous. And not to mention that you guys are waiving Chris Paul after he wanted to reunite with the team. Bro, y'all gotta realize this is Chris Paul's last year. You guys are ruining his farewell tour, bro. You guys are ruining that, bro. I remember when he went back to the Clippers, I actually felt like the Clippers were going to win a championship. Let me tell you why. Because I remember in a 2017 interview when Chris Paul said, man, it would be nuts to win a championship with the Clippers. So when he went back to the Clippers, I'm like, yeah, you're back with James Harden. You're back with Kawhi Leonard. You're with Lopez, with Batum. I was like, okay, I think they have a chance this year. I was already imagining the edits that Chris Paul, that everyone was going to use. Like they were going to use that 2017 interview in an edit that he won the championship. That's what I was thinking this year. And then, yeah, that kind of went downhill, like very downhill. But yeah, they kind of ruined his farewell tour. And unfortunately, he won't get that ring. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Chris Paul. You had a great career, though. Amazing career. You're one of the best point guards we've ever seen. Another reason why they're doing bad is the veteran experiments on the team are not working. Brook Lopez, not working. Batum, not working. James Harden, Ben Simmons. Like, you have all those guys. Like, it's not working. Not to mention Bradley Beal's out with a season-ending injury. So that also really hurts. Kawhi, this is probably the most healthy we've ever seen Kawhi Leonard, like, in, like, the last couple years. He's been averaging 27 points per game. Great. But it's not enough to make the Clippers come back in the standings at all. And also, like I said before, with the Cleveland Cavaliers, that Kenny Atkinson could be on the brink of getting fired. Another person on the brink of getting fired, most likely, is Tyronn Lue. He's been on the hot seat. He's been hot this year. You know, with understanding, too, that his team is not doing good. They're literally 11-21. So he may be on the brink of getting fired, too. So we could see that either at the end of the season or at the beginning of the season. Or literally very soon. I don't know what I'm saying at the beginning of the season. It's literally not even the beginning of the season no more. But yeah, he's on the brink of getting fired. But the Clippers, yeah, very unexpected this year. I really thought, like, at least playing tournament wise, like 9th or 10th seed. That's it. But to be all the way down there, ridiculous. Let's go to the next team. Very disappointing. The Dynasty is fading as we see it. It's, fading like right now as we see it. The Dubs Dynasty, the Golden State Warriors were holding a 18-16 record. They're still obviously playoff bound. They're in the 8th seed, but they're playing tournament bound right now. But here's why they're struggling. Steve Kerr's coaching is horrendous. Very, very horrendous. And he even admits himself that he's not doing a good job. And you're not doing a good job at all, bro. He keeps playing a 4-guard lineup. Like, bro, your team is small. You got to get through these trees, bro. Like, you keep playing all these 4 guards all over. It's like, bro, we're not in that area of ball no more, bro. You really need to get your coaching together. You keep playing like these small lineups. Like, bro, it's not going to work. If we're not in the old era no more, you got to move on from that era and get a different coaching style because it's not working. It's too small. Like, you need guys to get rebounds. Like, even that time with Scotty Barnes, I think had 25 rebounds in that game against the Warriors. Like, how do you let Scotty Barnes rack in 25 rebounds like he's Dennis Rodman out there? You gotta, they're too small to even get a body on him. They're taller than him. They're gonna go over them and get that rebound and put it right back up. So Steve Kerr has to change his philosophy in coaching. You need to change that, Steve Kerr, right now. And another reason, obviously, Jonathan Kuminga rumors. That's also a factor that the Warriors have to deal with. If they want to trade Kuminga or they don't want to trade Kuminga. Because Kuminga's your best rim protector. I don't even understand why they're trading him. I know he wants a different clause in his contract. Like, it's crazy that they want to trade him. Like Kerr, another thing with Kerr, he doesn't play young guys like that. But, he's starting to play him more, but he doesn't play him like that. Like, Kuminga's been averaging 11 points per game. He hasn't really been sparking like that. But I feel like he should be sparking. Me personally, I see greatness in Kuminga. Kerr sometimes just refuses to play him. Another reason, Draymond and Kerr, they're also having confrontation. When Draymond gets into a confrontation with guys, it's not going to go well. We seen that confrontation with Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant was gone, went to Brooklyn. So, what Draymond gets into it's going to be bad for the team. And not to mention, the interior presence. They have none of that. Al Horford, too. He's been struggling with all. He's averaging 6 points per game this year so far. So he's been struggling with all this offense. And not to mention, the Warriors don't even have a big like that. You traded Kevon Looney, and you don't have a big. You're going to have Draymond Green at center and playing power forward. Al Horford not getting used to the offense. You're putting yourselves in danger. Also, not to mention, Jimmy Butler, the fit with Jimmy Butler is not doing as great as we thought it was. I wasn't expecting that either. But that's what the Warriors. You guys really they have to change their philosophy. They're still in this era of ball that, we can still play with the era. No. You guys are going to get bodied out there. You're going to get bodied out there. So you got to change that philosophy, Steve Kerr. It's one of the main reasons why the Warriors are struggling. Like Curry's still doing his thing. I seen that celebration you did before, bro. It was crazy. Like you gotta keep building around Curry. I know Curry's career is gonna end in like another couple more years, and I hate admitting that too because he's been my favorite player since I was a kid. But you gotta still build around Curry and still do his thing. You need to get a big though, which I don't understand why they were. I know they're also interested in Miles Turner, and what I heard before was that they were interested in Anthony Davis. Why would y'all be interested in getting Anthony Davis out of Dallas? Like, bro, my boy gets injured just walking around. Like, come on now. I don't know if that's the right big for you. I would say Miles Turner's a pretty good big for you. I would say try and negotiate that trade. At least get a big for you because Al Horford is not working. But that's what Golden State. That's all I gotta say for the Warriors. Change our philosophy, Steve Kerr, please. And finally, the last team, and I've been very shocked. Very, 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 very shocked. And it happened again this year. The New Orleans Pelicans. 8-27 at the bottom of the Western Conference. I'm shocked. Because they have so much, they have a great team. It's crazy that they're going through this. Zion Williamson, you're failing the team right now, bro. I know you're averaging 22 points per game, but you're failing the team right now. Like, you got skinny and you're worse and you're bad still. Like, how do you work out for so many months, get skinny, and you're still trash? And you still can't be on the court. You still can't stay on the floor. Stay on the floor, bro. We need you on the floor. If you're not on the floor, you can't do anything, and the team is not going to win. Jose Alvarado is like, I look at him as like the Josh Hart of the team. He's the heart and soul of the team. Like Jose Alvarado will throw a punch if he has to. Me personally, I want to see physicality. I know the refs are being annoying this year. Jose Alvarado's bringing that physicality. Like, wait, do punches and he's doing all that. I know punches aren't cool in the NBA, I know. But it's like, I need to see physicality, bro. And Jose Alvarado's kind of doing that a little bit. But he's small. He's a small guy. And also, their defense is trash. Number 28. Their defense sucks. Horrible. Jordan Poole, he's also failed the team as well. 28% from three. That's ridiculous. Only shooting 28? That's not even in the 30 range, Jordan Poole? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on now. We got you in that offseason. That's a failed offseason right there for the Pelicans. You know, obviously, they don't have any more picks. They have no first round pick going into the 2026 draft. They traded that to Atlanta. So now you have no picks. So now you're kind of forced to rely on what you have now, which you don't. You have a lot now. You have Jeremiah Fears on the team, Jordan Poole on the team. Zion Williamson has to stay healthy. Jose Alvarado. You have those guys. You can build off of that right there. If Zion can stay on the floor and be a better franchise player and be what the world expects him to be, the Pelicans will be set right there. Zion just needs to stay on the floor. Jordan Poole, you got to do a better job shooting. You're not shooting the ball great at all. 28% from three is not good. Jeremiah Fears, you're a great rookie. You can also build around him too. Great rookie, Jeremiah Fears. And they got to get that defense in check because right now is horrible. Very bad. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say. My ring light just went out. I'm sorry about that, y'all. My ring light just completely went out right there. I'm very sorry about that. But anyways, y'all, that's all I got to say. The very, very unexpected this year. Very unexpected seedings this year. And definitely going to be crazy going into the playoffs. We're going to see a lot of different playoff matchups. And I'm very excited to see it in a couple months from now. And I really hope you guys are enjoying your 2026 so far. It's the first day of January 2026 as of this recording. I don't know if I'm going to post this today or tomorrow. But I really hope you guys get your resolutions in check. Keep doing what you got to do. Pray to God. Invest your time in God. Talk to God when you have the time to. And pray that God it's going to be a great year. Because I'm very confident in this year for everybody. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I promise I'll be more consistent with the podcast. That's one of my resolutions. But anyways, y'all, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.